This rope will probably never look this nice again. It is hot out here and there are a lot of mosquitoes. Howdy everybody, Steve here, KM9G. A while ago, I buried in a video my one rope guying system. And I wanted to make sure that I got this out to you guys in a standalone video so that it would hopefully make a little bit more sense to you. I also updated it with the roller cams that I got at Dayton Hamvention. Let's take a look on how this thing gets set up. I have the rope roller rope and I have the rope roller cam system. We'll show you these in detail when I get the box open in a couple of minutes. We have the DX Commander 10-meter expedition mast. This is the short 10-meter mast, and we only need about 25 feet of it, so I'm not even gonna put it up all the way. 3 stakes, and then this is the big deal for today. This is the hamstop.com, the Skyhook 3x8, and I'll leave a link in the description for all of this stuff down below. Let me show you how I get this all set up. All right, so step one here is to grab these tent stakes and put them out into a 6-foot-ish, doesn't really matter 100%, triangle. And the ground is nice and soft here because it rained all night long. Maybe a 5-foot triangle. And I tilt them away from the antenna mast, which is going in the middle there, just for a little bit of added extra strength. This is way overkill, way too strong for what we're doing. For the antenna that I'm running today, I'm running the Coffee and Ham Radio's Poseidon. I need to go down 3 lengths on the mast. Before things get too far out of hand, I need to put the ham stop thing on and then extend the mast up. And always check overhead whenever you're setting up a mast so that you don't run into trees or electrical lines or small low-flying aircraft or whatever. And the mosquitoes are crazy today. And as you can see, it found its natural resting point, and it just happens to be right at the joint between 2 of the mast sections. And there you go. Now, to get the fancy parts out, we're gonna need 2 of these rope roller systems, and I got a 6-pack because I think they're awesome, and 6 is better than 2. And I'm gonna put one up here, and there we go with that. Now, to get this rope out, and you can put this mast down and pick it back up because it doesn't weigh anything. I'm gonna sit this down out of my way. And I'm gonna get this rope unrolled. Find your free end of your rope and open up the rope roller cam and slide it through. And if you have a frayed end, just cut it off and then tie it back up. And man, look at all those mosquitoes. That's crazy. There we go. So now you have one end through and you're good to go on that. The next part I'm gonna do is take the end of the rope and put it over one of my tent stakes loosely. And then we can pick the mast back up. Nice and easy because they don't weigh nothing. And if you have an antenna, obviously you wanted to have that on the mast before you put this thing up in the air, but I'm just demonstrating how to get this thing set up. Reach down and grab the loose end and bring it up here. And I'll show you a technique, I'll show you a close-up of this, but you put it through the hole in the ham stop Skyhook, loop it over, and pull it down nice and tight. And then you want to loop over here to your next tent stake. And same thing, come up here to your next part on your Skyhook, shove it through the hole, loop it over, and bring it right back down. There we go. And now it's held up in 2 different points of your triangle, and you can kind of just work with it with the rope. And it's very easy to do. And then this last one here goes up and under, just like that. And then finally with your last end, you come back to your first guy stake, and you find the loose end of your rope, and there's a lot of rope here because I don't like cutting rope, and shove it on through. Just like that. And then as I pull like this, it's not going to allow me to pull it back in the other direction because of that cam lock. So I can pull one way to make it tighter, and I can pull the other way and it's not going anywhere. So let me tighten that one up a little bit. That's my starter and this is my end. What I was talking about with to take a loop of rope and put it through, you put it through the hole and then you bring it over the end, and that's all it takes. And I'm just going to tighten that up. and we're good to go, we're done. So this one here is our starting rope, and you can see that it's pretty loose. So I just pull that cam down, and now it's tight. This is the tight side, and then this is the free end. And that comes all the way down here to this first tent spike, and it comes up to that first loop that I showed you, and down to the second tent step, and I can't say that word, down to the second tent spike. I want to say tent stake and tent spike all at the same time. Back up to the second crossover loop, down to the third tent stake, up to the third crossover loop that I just showed you how to do the loop on, and it goes back down to the first tent spike and up to the final, there it is, roller cam. And then this is my loose end and this is my bite side, so I can just tighten that up. There we go. And so we've got a pile of loose rope. We have our one rope guy system, and our mast is up and ready for our antenna to be put on it. There you go, that is all that it takes. Just a whole bunch of mosquitoes to help you get the job done. One rope, the Skyhook 3x8, the DX Commander mast, and you are ready to roll. Oh, you need some tent spikes, tent stakes, tent spakes. Those yellow things that you shove in the ground. Gets the job done. If you're not a cheapskate like me, you can do this with 3 pieces of rope and those roller cams as well. And it comes in a 6-pack, so you can use one for the pull up and one for the pull down on each of your 3 tent stakes, and you are good to go. Here is a quick close-up on the rope roller devices. The 2 are already on the mast from before, but that is what they look like. They've got a nice little hook on top that is spring-loaded, and then the bottom has a little brass pulley on it, and this little cam that you open up, and it's got some teeth on it, and that holds your rope in place. This is a real quick, easy way to cinch down some ropes. There will be links for all of this stuff in the description down below. If you find this thing helpful, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. There is a video right over here I think you'll enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there.